Hello, all you imperfect artists out there. Okay, so today we're going to do our birdhouse planter here for kids. Now, I started a video already on how to do this, and I have a new phone, and it needs to be reformatted, which I just found out today. So I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible because it only gives me about 25 minutes of recording time. So I'm going to go over the steps as fast as I possibly can. And then you guys can go ahead and finish this knowing how the steps work. So you can take your time and pause the video as often as you want, and then just have fun with it, okay? So what I would suggest, your birdhouse doesn't look like this. This was part of the video that I was doing and realized that it was splitting my videos up. So what I would suggest with this project, let me see if I can take this out, is starting on the back. And the reason I say that is because I want you to get a feel for what we're doing here. And if you mess up on anything, it doesn't matter because nobody's going to see it. They're going to be hanging the birdhouse, or it's going to be up against the wall, or they're just probably not going to see it. So this is the very best place to start first. But because I already did the video prior to this, I am going to start on the side. So let's get going. So I have my paints all like this, and I put them all around the outside, and I did that for a reason. You know, I want to be able to easily access where I stick my thumb or my finger in, because this is going to be a painting where we do a lot of finger painting and thumbprints. So I wanted to have easy access without dripping into any of the paint. So if I wanted to go to the red, I can spin my plate around, dip my finger into the red. Now you also have a piece of paper. Don't lose that. It's going to come in handy. But for right now, we're just going to work on doing the flower stems. So let me rinse off my brush. And we're going to go ahead and don't overthink it. I want you to have fun with this. And we're going to just kind of start with any of the color greens that you have. All right, I'm going to get that on my brush. And I'm just going to start at the bottom here. And I'm going to swoosh it up. It doesn't matter how you do it, and it doesn't matter what direction you go. And I'm going to kind of alternate. I'm not going to rinse my brush off. I'm going to alternate, and I'm going to go like this. Oh, my dogs have been very barky today, so if you hear them, I do apologize. I think they're doing some work next door, so that's going to cause all of my dogs to bark. Okay, so I think that I like that, and now I'm going to start with my bumblebees. Now you can use your thumb or your finger, whatever you are more comfortable with, but they are called thumbprint bees. So I'm going to dip my thumb into the yellow. Now that is a lot, and I don't really want that there. So I'm going to kind of just dab that off onto my piece of paper. And then I'm going to just kind of eyeball where I want it. And there we go. And we're going to let that dry. I'm going to do the same thing again. I didn't like how that came out. Now I have really big thumbs, so and I'm going to put another one probably right here. All right. Now I'm going to wipe off my thumb, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my ladybug. And the reason I'm doing this is because these really need to dry nicely before we can draw on them with our marker. And I might even have to get out the dryer, and I'm hoping that I don't. Okay, so now I'm going to get the red on there because I'm going to get the ladybug going. Blot off. And find a nice spot where I think I want my ladybug. Now you could put more than one. And I did this ladybug a little bit higher because there's little drops of green paint are not dry. And I'll add legs later. And I think I want another one just kind of right here. All right. Now, I'm going to let that dry and I'm going to go around to the front. And we're going to repeat the process with the blades of grass on the front. I think that I'm on. Sorry if I'm going too fast for you guys. Like I said, I have to reprocess the storage space in my phone, and I don't know how to do that, so I have to bring it somewhere to get it done, and that somewhere is to my husband, who's away at camp right now. He's off four-wheeling, so for now I got to keep my videos in 25 minutes or less. All right, so we're going to do our little stems, just like I showed you before. No rhyme or reason. And it's okay if you mix the colors. So if you have like that really bright green and that dark green together, it's okay. I think I want one more. Why don't we have this one kind of coming in from the side? All right, I think that's good for my front. And I'm going to go ahead and do my ladybug first because I know I want it to go right there. Okay, so I'm going to dip my finger or my thumb in. I'm going to blot off all the excess. And I'm just going to put my ladybug right there. I'm going to wipe that off on my wipey. You should have a wipey in your kit. And I'm going to go and do a couple bees. Blot off. And I'm going to put a bee right up here. And if you don't like how that looks, you can always kind of go over it again. It's hard to do it. It's hard to go over it again the second time. But you could always kind of come in with your yellow paint and fix anything you wanted to. Okay. And if there's some really big globs of yellow paint or red paint or whatever color paint that's just kind of pooling up in one area and you wanted to even that out, this is a good time to do that. And I think I want one more. And I think I'll put this one right here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and fix any of these up. Again, you can leave them if you want to. Okay, now I'm going to work on my flowers, and I like to do my flowers with my finger, but you can use your thumb for this too. So again, we're going to just dip our finger in the colors that we want, and you can blot off if you want to, like on your paper, or you can just kind of press your little finger. And if you wanted to do a couple different colors, throw a couple of them together. I really like this blue, so I'm probably going to use a lot of it. I'm going to throw some purple in there. Maybe some orange. Oh, look how that went. See, these two kind of collided together. And I'm just going to I'm not going to worry about it. I think that's good. I think, you know what, now that I'm looking at it, I think I might add some little flowers down here. Just some little bunches of something down there. And I'm going to add one more ladybug. Right here. Okay, so gotta go off to the side, and I gotta do my little flowers on the side too. I'm gonna adjust, I'm gonna fix some of my bumblebees. But you don't have to. Just want to smooth some of that paint out. Make it a little easier to dry. Okay. And I'm going to start adding some of my flowers. Okay. Alrighty, so I think I'm going to have to get the dryer out a little bit, and then we'll see how that goes. So it's going to get loud, so feel free to kind of fast forward through this or skip ahead. Okay, I do apologize for the loudness. Okay, so now we're going to get our markers out. Find mine. Make sure this one works. And we're going to draw our wings and our little smiley faces on our bees. And how you want to do the wings, let's see. The easiest way I can teach you is to kind of do a teardrop. It's going to be kind of an upside down one, so it's going to be kind of like this. If you need to practice your wings, that's okay. And then like this. So it's almost, so they're teardrops, but it's almost kind of like a heart also, or a bee, or whatever shape helps you to get that little wing. Okay? And how I'm going to do this is, let's see, I'll start over here. Now, if you wanted to paint this on, you could, but some people don't have steady hands, so this is the easiest way for me to teach them. Okay, and I'm going to add my little stinger. You can do a little triangle, or you can just do a little, a little line. It's completely up to you. And I'm going to add my bumblebee lines. The marker doesn't want to work today. My bumblebee lines onto thing. So I'm catching up some of that paint where it's all pulled in, which is why you really want to make sure that this is dry. I highly suggest you taking a break and going somewhere and watching a TV show or something, or going outside and playing. And making sure that this is 100% dry. Okay. And then I'm going to draw my little smiley face. I'm going to do the same for over here. Let's see. I think I'm going to do a little smiley face right here. There's no right way or wrong way to do this. Put a little stinger right there. Okay, so now we want some movement lines to make it look like he's flying around or she's flying around. They are flying around, and all it is a bunch of little dashes. Any which way you want them. Okay. And then for the ladybug, now we have to kind of make the head. If you are having a good working marker and you want to color this in, you can. But I don't know if you can see how I kind of just kind of did this little thing right here. But I'm going to kind of paint it in real quick. And I'm going to do the same for over here. Just like a half circle. And then I'm going to use the other side of my paintbrush. I'm just going to add some polka dots. Okay, and with my pen, I'm going to go back to using my marker. I'm going to add, and you could probably do this with a paintbrush if you wanted to, but I find for these little areas, just add a little line and a little circle to make the antenna. Kind of see how that is. And for the feet, just do little L's, like uppercase L's, if you wanted to add feet. Whoops, drop that. And then I'm going to add my and that is how I do the little thumbprint bees and ladybugs on the birdhouse, and flowers too, fingerprints for the flowers. Now I'm running out of time here, so I would go ahead and again do the same thing with the ladybug and the bees for here, and then you would have your little perch and you would just stick that in. You can paint the little hole black. It's easiest if you want to paint the inside black when you're doing the edges, so you don't go up into the birdhouse. Kind of just go smoosh down and gently brush up. Start in the middle and brush up gently. And that kind of helps you give you a better, a neater finish for the circle. And then you take your perch and you just, I think it's this side, put that right in. It should fit in pretty snugly, and then your little birdhouse is done and ready for hanging. Now you could go ahead and fill this entire thing with dirt and then put flowers in it, or you can have a separate container and put flowers in it. But you can set it on a table, or you can hang it with the little hook in the back, and that is made so that you don't have to permanently screw your birdhouse onto a tree or a fence or whatever. You can easily put it up and take it down for the seasons or for changing flowers. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you have a lot of fun making your little birdhouse. I'm sorry it was rushed. It is due to technical difficulties in a brand new phone that I have no idea how to work, but I'm getting there. So bear with this old lady. Have a great day, everyone, and a happy spring. See ya!